Don't let them bring your old self back. As you are accomplishing your goals and as you are leveling up and accomplishing more and more levels, and as you are transforming to become the best version of yourself, trust me, there will be a lot of people, including friends, family members, they will try to remind you of your old self just so you can fall back into your old self. People will try to bring up the past when they can't find any mistakes in the new version of yourself. When they know that you're on the right track, right? And you haven't made any mistakes and you're just living life, growing, evolving, changing. You actually are changing and growing and becoming the best version of yourself and you're becoming a better person. They know that you're on the right path. So they don't see any mistakes, right? You haven't made any mistakes, right? You have learned from your past mistakes, you have learned from your past self, and you have grown, changed, and evolved. And they can't find anything wrong with you right now. They can't find any mistakes. They can't find anything, literally nothing. So when they can't find any mistakes that your present self hasn't made, well, guess what? They will try to remind you of your past self, of what mistakes you have made, of how you did what you did in the past, of what decisions you have made, how you reacted in the past, of all your past mistakes. They will try their best, everything it takes, just to bring you back to that person that you are. Why? Because they don't want to see you succeed. Why? Because they can't accept the fact that there are people out there that can change, that can evolve, that can grow, and that can become the best version of themselves. They can't accept that fact because they can't even change themselves. Truth is, when you want to change and grow and evolve, it takes hard work to get there. And they just don't want to put in the hard work. So instead, what they do, they go around blaming it on people. Because trust me, it's so easy to blame it around people, to blame it on the outside, and to blame it on you, and to blame it on God, and to blame it on whoever they want to blame it, rather than looking at themselves in the mirror, the person in the mirror, and blaming that person that they see. They know that they're wrong, yet they still stay stuck there. Why? Because they don't want to put in the work, honey, to change and to actually become the better person. They don't want to put in the work, honey, because their egos are much bigger than admitting to you that they're actually wrong. Hey guys, I'm Juliana K. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. Some people can't accept the fact that you grew and evolved, that you learned from your mistakes and you grew and you learned and evolved and leveled up, right? They can't accept that. So instead, what they do, they remind you of your past self, your old self, your mistakes, how you reacted in the past, who you were in the past, just to drag you back down there. They remind you of all that just to bring your old self back into the present moment. I'm telling you from now, save yourself by staying far away as possible from these people, because I'm telling you, they will do and try everything, like they will do everything it takes to try to remind yourself of your old past, your past self, your old self, just so they can feel satisfied in the end. Just so in the end they can say, aha, I told you so. Aha, I knew you could never change and evolve. I knew you're still the same. I knew you're still stuck there. You're still that person that you were in the past. You never grew, never changed, and never evolved. They will try and do everything it takes to bring you back to your past self. Your job is to stay away from them as far as possible, because sometimes they can get to you. They can get to you. And then once you have reacted in an aggressive way, or I don't know, once you have gave them, right, the reaction that they wanted from you, you have lost and they have won. Because probably in your head, it's probably like, no, okay, I am not reacting this way right now because I haven't changed or evolved. I'm reacting this way right now because you triggered me. Because I'm trying to convince you that I'm not that person anymore. Because trust me, sometimes at some point you feel fed up, like you can't take it anymore, right? And at some point they're always like, hey, no, you didn't evolve, no, you didn't change, no, you didn't grow, no, you're still your old self. Come on, I know you still react that way, I know you're still triggered, I know. Trust me, they will do these things just to bring out a reaction out of you. The more they do these things, the more you feel triggered and the more you just can't take it anymore. And then let's say you finally react, right? And let's say you probably did change and did grow and did evolve. And the only reason you reacted is because you just can't take it anymore and you're trying to convince them that you have actually changed and you have actually grown and you have actually evolved and you've actually learned from your past mistakes and that you are a different person today. But in their head, it's not that way. I'm telling you from now. In their heads, it's not like that. In their heads, right? The moment you open your mouth and the moment you react and you gave them the reaction that they want, you satisfied them, right? Is the moment where they gonna finally say, I told you so. I told you so. You didn't change, you didn't grow, you didn't evolve. You're satisfying them. They're not gonna understand the fact that, hey, that you're triggered by them, that they're annoying and that they can't accept the fact that you change. They're not gonna think that way. In their heads, they're gonna be like, oh, I knew you didn't grow. I knew you didn't evolve. I knew you didn't change. You're just gonna satisfy them. So your job is to stay away from them and not give them the reaction that they want. Because in the end of the day, what they think about you, it is irrelevant. You shouldn't care about that. The only person that you should care about of how they perceive you is from yourself. You shouldn't care about how that person perceives you, how your family perceives you, how your friends perceives you, how your partner perceives you. The only advice that you should take and the only personal opinion that you should care about and the only opinion that you should care about is from yourself, not from other people. The only opinion that you should take in consideration is the person that's in the mirror, is yourself. Because you know who you are, you know your past mistakes, you know how much work that you have put into yourself to become the person that you are today. This calm, peaceful person that you are today. You have killed so many versions of yourself to get you to where you are right now. And that's all that matters. Only you should know that. If they can accept that you actually changed and grew and evolved and they care about you and they support you, the new you, then fine. But if they can't accept the new you and they can't accept the fact that you actually grew and evolved, then let them there, honey, and keep on moving, keep on evolving, keep on growing. Don't sit and listen to their blabbings and to whatever they're saying. What they're trying to do, all they're trying to do is to drag you back to who you were, drag you back to square one, drag you back to zero so you can again work on yourself and pull yourself back up there. You have climbed so many mountains. You have leveled up so much. You have worked so much on yourself to become the person that you are today. And the past does not matter. Who you are today, the person that you are today, that matters, not the person that you were in the past. Because people make mistakes. We are human beings. It's allowed to make mistakes. It's not normal to not make mistakes. Honestly speaking, it's not normal. If you call yourself perfect, and if you never took accountability of your own mistakes, and if you never learned or never grew and never evolved, and if you never even admitted that you made a mistake, you think that you're always right, you think that you're always perfect, you think that you know everything, and that no, you are a human being. You are allowed to make mistakes. You have to admit that you made a mistake. Never run away from your mistakes. Take accountability. If someone tries to bring it up, say yes. Yes, I made that mistake. Yes. Take pride. Stand by what you did and who you were. Because if you haven't been through that, if you haven't made that mistake, you wouldn't have grown and evolved and become the person that you are today. You made that mistake, you learned from it, and then you changed. That's all that matters. So when someone tries to bring up your past self or your old mistakes or who you were in the past or what you've done, take accountability. Never, and I mean never run away from your past self. Never say that, oh no, I actually never did that. No, I'm not that person. No, I didn't make that mistake. No, don't run away. You know what's so amazing and so confident? What makes you so confident is taking pride in who you are, in who you were and who you are today. This is confidence. Not running away from who you were, not running away from your past mistakes. True confidence is being okay with who you were and who you are today. Is being okay with who you were and how proud you are of yourself today. The people that can't accept the fact that you grew, that you evolved, are the same people that don't believe in themselves that they can change and evolve. They're saying these things to you and they're reminding of your past self, and they don't believe that you actually change and evolve because they themselves don't believe in themselves that they can change and that they can evolve. That is not your concern and that is not your problem. Your problem is not to fix them or try to change their perspective of you. How they perceive you is their responsibility. How you perceive yourself is entirely your responsibility as well. All you have to do is just ignore them and keep evolving, keep leveling up, keep shining, and don't dim your light for anything else. Don't dim your light for anyone else. Don't dim your light for your past self. Instead of being ashamed of your past self or how you were in the past or your mistakes, what you have done, be proud of it and stand by it. Stay grounded in who you are. You need to be proud because you need to look back, right? In general, in life, you shouldn't look back into the past, right? The only time you look back into the past is to see how far you have come, is to see how much you've evolved, is to see how much you have grown and changed and leveled up. You need to be damn proud of your past, because when you look back into the past, into the person that you were, into your mistakes, you can compare, right? You can compare and see where you were, how you were last year, and who you are today. Who you are today. This is where you were, and this is who you are today. This is why you need to feel proud and not ashamed of your past, because you compare yourself to your past self, right? You're like, oh my God. When you look back into the past, you look at what horrible characteristics you had, how low you were, what mistakes you had, and you take pride and accountability of who you were. You actually realize, oh yeah, maybe I was exaggerating a little bit. Oh yeah, maybe I was that kind of person. Oh yeah. So you take pride, you're taking accountability, because now you get to compare yourself, and now you're the opposite of who you were in the past, right? You have a list of things, right? Oh, I used to be so reactive in the past. I didn't have self-control, and every time I got pissed, I reacted in a horrible way, and it scared people off and whatsoever. Well, guess what? Today, the new you, the one that only matters, is not reactive anymore. Does not react to every dog that's barking at them. It protects their peace. That knows self-control. We are human beings. We're not perfect creatures. We are imperfect. No one is perfect. And if you think you're perfect, then you're on the wrong path, honey. You have killed so many versions of yourself. You have been through so much, through people disappointing you, through people reacting to you. You've been through so much practically to reach to that person that you are today. This peaceful, self-controlled person that you are. You now have self-control. You now are not reacting to everything anymore or anything, because you realize and know that your peace is more important than proving yourself right. Trust me, what's more important is peace rather than proving yourself right. Let them think that you're wrong. Let them think that you're a bad person. Let them think that you are crazy, whatever. Let them think whatever they want. You have realized today that your energy, your peace is more important than proving yourself right. Because in the end of the day, trust me, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter how much you literally give your all, you're dying, like you're to a point where you reach out of breath, right? No matter what you do, you're not gonna change what's in here. For them, you're not going to change their mind. You're not going to try to prove them wrong. All you're doing is that you're wasting your time and your energy. Instead of wasting your time and energy to prove these people wrong, invest it in yourself. Prove yourself right. That's all that matters, is you proving yourself right, not proving them wrong. Because in the end of the day, they will always have a picture in their heads of you. And you cannot change that. You have to understand that you cannot control people. The only person that you can control is yourself. That's it. Take their hate, take their criticism, take whatever the negative energy that they're giving you, and use it to level up, alchemize it into power. Use that as fuel to fuel you up so you can keep on evolving and keep on growing. Now that you are no longer here and you are here, guess what? You can get up even here. You can get even higher. Use that and feed onto it. And then glow up, become better, level up more and more and more, and keep on shining. Because trust me, there's no limit to shining. There's no limit to success. You can succeed so much things in your life. You can accomplish so many levels, and another level, another level, another. There's no limit. Unless you see a limit in your mind, unless you put that limit for yourself. Never look back into your life. Never look back into the past. The only time you look back into your past is see how far you have come. What matters is the present moment and the future that you are creating for yourself. The past does not exist. If I ask you right now, show me the past, you can't show me. Why? Because it does not exist. You have to put in mind that I cannot change the past, but I can change the future. What you do today creates your future. What thoughts you have in your head, what affirmations, whatever you're doing today creates your future. You cannot change the past, but you can learn from it to not repeat the same mistakes again, because you cannot change the past, but guess what? You can repeat it. This is why it's so important when God blesses you again and when God gives you a second chance, your job is to not repeat the same mistakes. You have been through that once. The second time you already know how to handle it, what to do, what's right and what's wrong, right? So the second time is a choice. First time is a mistake, second time is a choice, because first time you didn't know, you've been through it, you made a mistake, and then you learn from it. And then second time, right? God is testing you again. He's blessing you. He's giving you. He's testing you to see if you actually learn from your past mistakes. You have to realize that you're a person and that you're allowed to make mistakes. You're a human being. You're not perfect. We're imperfect people. If you have never made a mistake in your life, if you have and never took accountability, how will you grow? Where will you learn? How will you know which areas you need to work on in your life? It's important that, okay, yes, you made a mistake, but more importantly, to take accountability, to look into the mirror and to actually realize that you are the problem. You're a human being and that you're allowed to make mistakes. What's important is that after you've made the mistake, you take accountability. Because if you've just made the mistake and never take accountability, then you will never know that it's actually your fault. And therefore, you will never know what areas you need to work in your life. And therefore, you will never know how to grow and evolve and to become the best version of yourself, because you don't even know that you made a mistake. You don't even know what areas you need to work on in your life. It doesn't matter if other people did or didn't take accountability of their mistakes. Okay, they did their part, they did their mistake, that's on them, but always remember that there's a part that it's your part, it's your mistake. And what's important is that you realize that you've made it and you take accountability and you stand by it and you're not ashamed of it and you're not running away from it, right? That's what's important, is that you do that and you know which areas to work on your life so you can grow, evolve, and become the best version of yourself. Only low vibrational people never take accountability of their mistakes and they run away from them or they blame it on other people. Only low vibrational people do that. And guess what? You think these low vibrational people will grow, will evolve, will reach somewhere? No, because they don't even know that they're the problem. They don't even know that they're the mistake themselves. They are the mistake themselves. And even after they've made that mistake, what's even worse is that they don't take accountability of it and they run away from it. Guess what? They stay stuck all their lives because they believe that they're the right ones. They believe that they haven't made a mistake at all. They believe that either you made the mistake or they run away from it. The thing is, most people know that they are the wrong ones, but they just don't want to take accountability and don't want to make you think and you believe that, oh yeah, they're actually the wrong ones. They know that they're the wrong ones, but they just wanna have right? Instead of peace, they choose to have right. They're like, no, you're the mistake, you're like that, you're like that. They do that, they blame it on others, and they run away from their mistakes to not change, to not evolve, to not grow. They do all that to not deal with the issue. They do all that to not deal with themselves because they know that the moment they admit that they have made a mistake, they also have to put in the work to change, to learn from it, and to grow, to evolve, and to become a better person. And they don't want to do that. Truth is, people can change, whether good or bad. They can change for the best, for the good, or they can change for the bad and the worst. It's human nature to evolve, learn, and grow. Mistakes are part of life. Learning from them is part of life. Evolving is part of life. Growing is part of life. And trust me, we learn the best from our mistakes. We learn the most and the best from experience. As the old saying, experience is the best teacher. And this is so true, because it's one thing when you read from a book or you study about it, and another when you actually experience it. Mistakes, it's actually the only and the best way to grow and to evolve and to learn. To learn, to grow, and to evolve. Because you see the errors in you, you see what's wrong with you, what areas you need to work on. And then you start working on them. And after you've worked in one area, you've accomplished it, you finish it, well done, you left that and now you're leveling up and you're working on a different area and a different area, and until you grow and successfully achieved each and every area in your life, and you have finally grown, evolved, learned, and reached to the person that you are today, the successful, calm, peaceful person that you are today. Your job is to not let anyone disturb your peace, take away your peace, or change yourself, or to bring you down to your past self. Self-control is one of the most powerful things that you can ever have in your life. It's one of the most powerful power that you can ever obtain. But I'm gonna talk about this in another video because it's quite long and it's a completely different topic. Anyways guys, we have come towards the end of the video. I hope it was very helpful for you. I hope you learned from it, and I hope you take accountability of your mistakes, own them, take pride, and say, yes, I did it, but I'm not that person anymore. I grew, I changed, I evolved, and whatever they think, if they believe you or not, that is none of your business. You do not care. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.